Hi, this is John Linneball from John Linneball Tutoring, and this is American Idiom Part 6, Money Talks Some More. We're going to discuss idiom referring to money that you will find in North American U.S. English. And of course, I'm with John Linneball Tutoring, my own company, johnlinneball.com. I'm John at johnlinneball.com, and 415-986-7355 is the phone number. My cell phone number is 415-623-4251. Feel free to hit me up with a text or a phone call, and please like and subscribe if you like this video. That's the best way to help me. Thank you.
Don't wanna be an American idiot.
Alright, so this is American Idiom Part 6, Money Talks Some More, as I've already told you. So, more money talks. Here are some more money idioms. Idioms involving the word money or things that relate to money. A price on your head. A bounty is being offered for your arrest or being killed, depending on who's offering the bounty. If it's the police, they probably want you to be arrested. If it's organized crime, they just might want you dead. Or in the Old West, of course, they wanted some criminals dead or alive. So don't go to bed with a price on your head. Don't do it.
Don't go to bed with no price on your head. No.
The theme from Beretta when I was a little boy. I didn't quite understand it because I was thinking that someone would go to bed with a price tag on their head. And I was like, why would you do that? That's just weird. The price of tea in China. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? That means, how is that relevant to anything we're discussing or care about? I've heard that since I was a little boy. So here we have a woman who's saying, oh, this might actually change the price of tea in China. But shh, don't tell. So, okay. That actually does have something to do with the price of tea in China. And then Jean-Luc Picard, what the hell does any of this have to do with the price of tea in China? And Captain Obvious from the TV commercial says, I would ask someone in China. There you go. I've also heard people say this as, what does that have to do with the price of bread? Pricelessness. Priceless, it doesn't mean free and it doesn't mean expensive. When I was a little kid, I thought, well, maybe it meant free. Well, if there's no price, then it must be free. It means it's so valuable that a price cannot be set, or it is valuable beyond price. Usually it's kind of something abstract, like, what's the value of love? What's the value of a smile? Da, da, da. So money is no object also means I will pay any price. So there was those old MasterCard commercials. You know, the formula was something like, kid's bike, $150. Training wheels, $20. Seeing your son ride for the first time, priceless. So there's a parody. Here's Dwight Schrute from the American version of The Office TV show. MasterCard creates priceless moments. False. The sum of all the items purchased with your MasterCard in order to do the activity is the price of the moment. So there you go. Depends on how you look at it, I suppose. But I would go with Dwight here. Well, that's what that cost. But the idea is what's the value you got from it. So presumably that's worth a lot more to you than, say, the $170 you would spend in our hypothetical scenario here. You keep using the word priceless. I don't think you know what it means. It isn't a synonym. Notice that synonym is spelled wrong with an E on the end. There shouldn't be an E there. For expensive. If something is priceless, then it cannot be obtained with currency because it has no price. So usually something is priceless is just something that it's unique and very valuable, or it's some abstract thing that we can't normally buy with money. More money phrases. Put your money where your mouth is. That means stop talking and take action to show your words are correct, especially actually spending money. You say this investment is a great idea? Put your money where your mouth is and invest your money in it. Or put up or shut up. Either show you're right or stop talking. If somebody's bragging about, oh, I could do that way faster and way better than you, you tell them, put your money where your mouth is. Here, I'll give you the equipment to do it. Why don't you do it? Show me how bad I am at my job. Put your money where your mouth is. Or put up or shut up. Even more money phrases. A run for your money. To give someone a run for his or her money is to be as good as someone who's extremely good. He'll give those professional players a run for their money. And here's where I got this. If you want to look it up, you can click on this URL. And there was a movie from 1949 called Run for Your Money. So if you can give someone else a run for his or her money, you are about as good as they are at whatever activity. Money phrases in bad cases. A contract, will, deed, check, or paper money might not be worth the money, or I'm sorry, might not be worth the paper it's written on. So something's not being worth the paper it's written on means it's legally invalid, or maybe it's a check drawn on an account with insufficient funds, or it's a closed account, or it's a fake check drawn on a non-existent bank, or just a fake check drawn on a real bank. Anyway, it's one of those things that can't be legally enforced. It looks like it's supposed to get you money, but it doesn't. So you can think of selling someone the Brooklyn Bridge. George C. Parker was a con man in real life, went to prison in the 1920s. He got life at prison in Sing Sing, which is the nickname for the prison at Ossining, New York, for selling recent immigrants the Brooklyn Bridge. The idea is he would actually sell them access to it, so these people would then be found trying to set up toll booths, stopped by the police, who then would say, oh, okay, we know who did this. So he went to Sing Sing for life for that. So there are similar ideas and bad deals. If you believe that, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. Well, what they're saying is you're gullible. If you believe that, well, hey, I can get you a really good deal on a nice bridge in New York City, or I can sell you the Golden Gate Bridge, any landmark, bad investment would do. You can also say, I have some swampland in Florida to sell you. That's the same deal. What people would do is they'll sell you some land in Florida, and it's genuine land they have. It's just worthless swampland that can't possibly be developed except at extreme expense, or maybe it's legally protected land that it's so limited in the things you can use it for, you basically can't use it, so you just have to leave it the way it is. And, it could just be very inaccessible. I hear there's land in the Yukon in Canada that you can buy it for about 5 cents an acre because how would you get to it? You'd have to build your own highway to get there. So even a legal document can be grounds for fraud, as I put here. So here we have a California quitclaim deed. I'm pretty sure every U.S. state has its own version of a quitclaim deed. A quitclaim deed is something that you can just use to quickly transfer your interest in real estate, that is, property, land, things that are on it, to anyone else. But the trouble is all you're saying is you're transmitting, you're transferring your own interest in it. So my interest in the Empire State Building in New York City is 0%, but I could possibly give you a quitclaim deed that says, okay, I'll sell you my entire interest in the Empire State Building for $50. And you'll say, wow, what a good deal. Then a little too late, you realize you've just given me 50 cents, or not 50 cents, I'm sorry, $50, but even 50 cents would be a ripoff, for nothing, because I don't own any percentage of the Empire State Building. Please don't take this as legal advice. If you're going to enter a real estate transaction, do see a qualified real estate attorney in your jurisdiction. That's not me. Anyway, but that's the main thing. The other way to do it is there are warranty deeds where you're actually swearing out, I believe, that you own the property. There's title searches that can be done, okay? Do not buy somebody's house using a quitclaim deed. And so anyway, but that is a long-winded explanation of, if you believe that, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you, or, hey, if you believe that, I can get you a great deal on some swampland in Florida. So they're trying to say you, that's not really true. Maybe you're a little gullible. A verbal contract isn't worth the paper it's written on. Samuel Goldwyn. So Samuel Goldwyn said that. He was the Goldwyn in Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, better known as MGM, the movie and hotel company. He was not a warm, fuzzy guy, but he knew the business of show business and entertainment business, so he had a lot of kind of not very nice sayings, and that's one of them, but it's generally true. You can sometimes enforce an oral contract or a verbal contract. Again, this is legal advice, but for anything important, I would get something in writing if I were you. So that's why people say a verbal contract isn't worth the paper it's written on. It is not worth the paper it is written on unless it is backed by the kind of force that will make the other side consider the penalties too heavy to break the agreement. So this applies in diplomacy and war. Treaties between nations generally only last as long as it's in each nation's interest to actually abide by the treaty. Pretty much as soon as it becomes inconvenient and they think they can get away with it, they'll say, well, the policy has changed and things have changed, so we're not going to abide by that contract. So it can mean a treaty between nations, can also apply to people. Somebody who isn't a very nice person might decide to take advantage of you thinking, well, there's no proof I did it, you'll know I did it, you're not going to be able to do anything in court, and I'm pretty sure you can't use enough physical violence against me or any other kind of pressure against me to make me abide by our agreement, so I'm not going to. People like that often run into someone who they've underestimated, but that's not the important thing here. Is basically something is only worth the paper it's written on if you can actually enforce it. That's why things that are illegal contracts, that's why drug dealers are very nasty people who are willing to shoot you, because they can't go to the police or the courts and say, hey, this guy didn't pay me for the illegal drugs I was selling. See what I mean? Okay. License to print money. You could literally have a license to print money if you are the U.S. Bureau of Engraving and Printing, or if you contract with them, or if you contract with some other country's agency that prints their currency. But usually it's a figure of speech, meaning the person has an extremely lucrative job, particularly one that's seen as easy. Found this online, an entire license to print money t-shirt program, including free shirt designs, free t-shirts, free setup, and loading of all shirts to be sold. That's a direct quote. I didn't put the URL up here because I don't want to give them publicity. If you know how to set up and market, in quotes, programs like this, that itself may be a license to print money. You can get rich by telling other people how to get rich. We've discussed a run for your money. I would advise you to run with your money away from people like this who are offering you these deal-of-a-lifetime programs. They're usually not anywhere near as good as you think they are or as they make them look. So, moving on to the next thing here. Money versus value. To get your money's worth, it's not really idiom, but it means to get a good value for your money. That is to pay less money than you would think for what you receive for it. If you're paying more money than you would think or than you should have paid, then you didn't get a very good money. In fact, you could say you're burning money or throwing away money, wasting money if you didn't get a good deal or if you spent money when you really didn't have to. Something that's a bargain might still end up being basically a waste of money if you didn't need it in the first place, even if it was a good price for the thing you bought. That's how sales work at stores. It's like, yes, we're giving you a good price, but you don't need it, so it was not actually a good deal. Your money's no good here. That's usually spoken at a bar or a restaurant. Either the owner or another customer insists on buying you drinks or meals as a token of appreciation. For example, the grateful client met the attorney who'd won his case for him at a restaurant and insisted on paying for his meal, exclaiming, "Your money's no good here, counselor." It usually doesn't mean the money you're using is counterfeit or foreign, so I can't accept it, but it can, as in this humorous Bizarro cartoon at the right. Here's the Monopoly man, he's paying with some Monopoly game money. Your money's no good here. No, seriously, pay me with real money or I'm calling the cops. Ha ha ha. Could also mean, your money's no good here, in that, no, that's definitely a valid legal tender and we accept that form of payment, but we don't want your business, so we would like you to leave. But that's usually not what it means. Usually, your money's no good here, said in a friendly tone, by someone who is your friend, etc. It means that they're going to pay for your meal or your drink or what have you. So here are some more dime phrases. On your dime or on your coin at your expense. I forgot my wallet, so we'll have to have this lunch out on your coin or on your dime. Drop a dime, it's rather dated slang for calling the police or other authorities to inform on someone. Here we see a little, in quotes, dime novel, to drop a dime. This is, I think this is supposed to be a real thing. This is back from when payphone calls cost a dime, or 10 cents in the United States. And I believe this is a mafia hitman of some sort, so he would drop a dime on someone, or someone would drop a dime on that person and end up calling the hitman, and the hitman would be dispatched to get rid of that person. Then we have the most interesting man in the world from the Dos Equis commercials. I don't always live large, but when I do, it's on your dime. So, okay. Some people would say that about different people. Whenever you feel that someone isn't earning their keep, you might say, you're making it on my dime, I'm paying for you. That's I don't like that at all. All right, a dime bag is a bag containing $10 worth of something. A dime, here they mean $10, not 10 cents. Nickel bag, same thing, $5 worth of something. The, in quotes, nickel is $5. More phrases about currency. A fiver, it's old archaic slang for a $5 bill. See fiver with 2 R's, note the misspelling, where you can get someone to perform services for which you pay $5. Another old term for a $5 bill is fin, like a fish fin. And here we see a little goldfish disguising himself as a shark. But a fin comes from Yiddish and German. Basically, it means 5, so it's a $5 bill. Really, really old slang I've seen for a $5 bill is a V, because a V is Roman numeral for $5. And Abraham Lincoln is on the $5 bill, although I've never heard anyone call a $5 bill a Lincoln. But you could. More phrases in currency. Okay, a C note. C is the Roman numeral for 100, and a bill is a Federal Reserve note, so a C note is a $100 bill. Remember seeing that for the first time in a newspaper headline. I had to go look it up to figure out what they meant by a C note, or I think it probably said $100 bill in the article. So Benjamin is a $100 bill, used commonly in rap songs, etc. It's all about the Benjamins. Benjamin Franklin is on the U.S. $100 bill as here. And here are ways you can help me without money or effort, and one that involves money. If you like this video, you can like this by clicking the thumbs up sign and also subscribe to my channel. Since you've watched this, you're already in a position to do it. You should see it right under this video. You can help me basically without spending any money or making any real effort if you like these videos and you would like me to keep making more. These videos will always be free of charge to everyone, so you can help yourself and help anybody else who might be helped by these, and you can help me. Comment below or contact me to suggest topics for future videos. If there's something you'd like to know about, you'd like to see me do a video on it, let me know. And if you really want to help, okay, this is the one that involves money. If you can donate $1 or more using my PayPal link, I'll never charge anything for these videos, as I've said, but it would really help me. These videos do take hours to make, and I do try to do a good job on each one. Thanks. Have a good day.